Alexander dies at 32, and 10 years of world conquest explode into chaos. But what happened to his power, his lands, his fortune, and the women tied to his throne? Stay with me. In 10 minutes, you'll know the truth behind the scramble for a broken empire. Mountains of treasure, priceless relics, and a missing tomb that haunted kings for centuries. Generals turned on brothers in arms. Ministers grabbed what they could carry. One moved his body, others moved his gold. All of them moved fast. And the so-called queens, their fate is darker than legend says. Spoiler, there weren't 1,100 crowned queens, but there were many royal women in deadly politics. From the Indus to Babylon, every alliance, every marriage, every promise is about to unravel. Ready? Let's rewind to understand why the fall was inevitable. And yes, no gaps, no fluff, just the real story, straight through. Like, share, and buckle in. This ride doesn't slow down. Alexander, son of Philip II and Olympias, grows up in a world wired for war. His father builds a war machine. His mother feeds a destiny. Aristotle sharpens his mind. Strategy, science, story, tools of empire. Then shock. Philip assassinated. A teenager inherits a loaded throne. He moves first. Rivals cut down. Revolts crushed. Greece falls in line. Courtly pleasures? He keeps them at arm's length. Discipline over distraction. Hephaestion, his closest companion. A bond so deep it shook the court. In Greece, such ties weren't unusual. For Alexander, it was personal and powerful. Women at court. He engages when it serves strategy, empire over indulgence. Then Roxana, celebrated for beauty and wit, enters through politics and passion. Marriages become diplomacy, hearts and kingdoms, one together. Now, East. The world is not ready for what he brings. Granikos, Issus, Gaugamela, each name a thunderclap in Persia's sky. Darius flees, palaces open, treasure rooms breathe dust and gold. Susa, Persepolis, vaults beyond counting, recorded in talents, not coins. A palace burns, symbol or sin. Its embers echo for centuries. Captured royalty treated with ceremony. Politics wrapped in silk and protocol. He integrates, doesn't just conquer, keeps administrators, adopts customs. Dual identities become one crown. That choice will outlive him. Barcine, Persian noblewoman tied to him early in Asia. Politics, perhaps a son. Later, Statira, Darius's daughter, marriage as bridge over empires. And Parysatis, another bond into Achaemenid bloodlines. India, Ambi yields at Taxila, calculation over carnage. Porus stands and fights. The Hydaspes becomes legend. Who won? Accounts differ. Respect, undisputed. Asked what he desires, Porus says, to be treated like a king. His men reach their horizon. The monsoon drowns the dream. Turn back now, and everything he built starts ticking like a bomb. Retreat isn't defeat. It's fatigue, logistics, and human limits. Then a blow he can't outflank. Hephaestion dies. Grief like a storm front. He orders honors fit for a hero. The empire feels the fracture. They reach Babylon. The city glitters and waits. Fever, pain, or poison. The sources argue. The end doesn't. Asked for an heir, he says, to the strongest or to the empire. Ambiguity detonated. Alexander is gone. The scramble begins now, and everything he touched becomes a prize. They embalm him like a pharaoh, because image is power. A grand carriage is built to carry a god-king home to Macedon. Ptolemy intercepts the cortege. Detour, Egypt. In Alexandria, he becomes a relic for rulers and a magnet for myth. Caesars will visit the tomb. Then it vanishes from history's map. Where is Alexander now? That mystery still breathes. Meanwhile, treasure, Susa's silver, Persepolis gold, Babylon's vaulted wealth. The sums are staggering. Talents upon talents, a state-sized fortune. Armies run on pay. Whoever holds the cash holds the ranks. Plunder moves quietly. Convoys vanish into the dark. The Diadochi, successors, split provinces, then split skulls. On paper, it's a partition. In practice, it's war without breaks. Antigonus eyes Asia. Seleucus wants the East. Ptolemy locks Egypt. Loyalty is minted in silver. Ideals cost extra. Where did the gold end up? In kingdoms born from his corpse. Ptolemy builds a dynasty on Nile gold and a dead king's aura. Seleucus inherits the vastness and the headaches of Asia. Antigonids cling to Macedonia, a throne built on quicksand. Exact accounting, lost in fires, thefts, and victories. What we know, loot-funded wars, cities and legends, and the seas, their lanes ran heavy with stolen glitter. Power, land, wealth, they survive him by changing hands. Because in this game, the strongest writes the receipt, and the bill keeps coming due. Let's cut the myth. No, Alexander did not have 1,100 crowned queens. The number points to large harems in Achaemenid courts. Many were attendants, relatives, royals. When empires fall, their women become leverage, hostages, allies, or targets. Alexander's key marriages: Roxana, Statera, Parysatis. Roxana, Sogdian noblewoman. She bears his posthumous son, Alexander IV. Statera, Darius's daughter, married at Susa, a political bridge. According to later sources, Roxana eliminates Statera, removing a rival for the throne. Parysatis' fate is murkier, caught in the same web of lethal court moves. Alexander IV is the hope. A child king needs guardians and safe walls, but regents want the crown, not babysitting duty. Roxana and her son are shuttled, hidden, used as pawns. Then Cassander arrives on history's stage. He has them confined, and later, secretly murdered. With that, Alexander's direct line is severed. Other royal women. Some returned to families, others married into new regimes. Their lives, contracts inked with survival and strategy. Titles vanish. Influence remains. Quiet, sometimes fatal. So the headline isn't numbers, it's the human cost of empire transition. In the wars of successors, innocents are the first to lose. Remember the names: Roxana, Statera, Parysatis. They tell the real stakes. And behind everything, the absence of Hephaestion, Alexander's anchor, still echoes. No heir means open season. Mercy disappears when crowns are at stake, and nobody escapes untouched. From the wreckage, new worlds. Alexandria blooms into a beacon. Knowledge inherits what armies cannot hold. The Seleucids stitch east and west with roads, trade, and fragile peace. In Macedon, the Antigonids fight to keep a homeland crown. Hellenistic culture spreads, a fusion of gods, art, language, and science. His face keeps ruling pockets long after his heartbeat stops. The successors rise, split, and fall. Their map never sits still. Trade routes fatten on the arteries his armies opened. Historians argue the details: poison, policy, and passion. His true tomb, still hiding, if it survives at all. As for the treasure, most was melted, minted, and spent on new crowns. Empire is a game with rules written after the moves. He conquered half the known world, but not time. The women's fates, the general's greed, the missing tomb, threads of the same tapestry. Some answers are in the ground, others in the gaps. If power dies, stories live. Choose which ones we keep. Share this and pass the torch. History survives by voices. Want a deep dive into the lost tomb? Comment "tomb" and I'll make it next. Like and subscribe for more true ancient power stories. No fluff. Empires end. Questions don't. I'm here to chase them with you. Thanks for watching. Pick your next campaign. Tap one now. And remember, history pays attention to those who pay attention to it.